Hey guys. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about overlapping. And I wanted to do a video and not just show you pictures. I wanted to actually do some drawing. So let me move my computer a little bit closer. Okay. So we're going to look at my whiteboard here. Now, with overlapping, I combined drawing and doing together. So what you're doing is you're trying to create depth or make your picture look like make it look like it's 3D. So what depth does is it makes it look deeper on a flat plane. So kind of like a photograph. When you take a picture, you know that there's things behind you and there's things sometimes behind that. But when you draw it, sometimes we draw it all on the same space. So let me give you an example of that. So drawing on the same field, as it's called in art, or the same space, is where you draw a picture like this, a little house picture. You got your little windows, your door, and then over here you draw a tree. Mine's apparently lumpy. And then you draw you and your little stick figures, and then maybe some clouds. Okay, so this is where you draw everything on the same field or the same plane. Everything is the same. So it doesn't look like it's three-dimensional. And when you're younger, this is how you normally would draw. So what I'm going to teach you is how to take this and make it into a harder drawing, but it's not actually harder to do. It just looks harder. So an example of that would be, so we're going to draw a similar picture, but I'm going to make it look more 3D. So how I'm going to do that is down here, I'm going to draw my horizon line. Okay. So the horizon line is typically where the ground and the sky meet each other, or where your eye level is in a picture. So on this one, I'm going to do the horizon line, but my house is not going to sit on the horizon line as it is in this one. And you do have to do a little bit of erasing when you do it. So I'm drawing my house in front of the horizon line. And so that means I need to erase the horizon line inside of my house. So now it already is starting to look three-dimensional. So I'm going to add my elements in there to make it look like a house. And remember, friends, this is just a sketch, an example. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm going to give this house a little chimney. Okay. Now over here, and again, I'm going to draw my tree. This tree is in front of the horizon line, so I need to erase it inside there. Nice big tree here. I'm going to draw my person again. So now things are starting to overlap in the background. Now, I want the clouds to be in the sky, but I'm going to draw the clouds where they go behind the house and behind the tree. And what that does is shows that the clouds are further away. So if I draw my poofy clouds, it's behind the house. And then over here, I'm going to draw another cloud that goes behind the chimney. So that's showing three-dimensional depth, whereas up here, this is all flat. This is showing that there is some more dimension to it, so that it means that there's a background to this. Another way to draw this, and another way to draw it is where you draw everything to where it overlaps, not just over the horizon line. So I'm going to do it again, where I draw my horizon line. I'm going to draw my house. Same house. I draw the same one a lot. You've been in my classes before. You know that I draw a similar house. Okay. Now, to make this house and the rest of this picture look more three-dimensional, you overlap some more. So I'm going to move the tree to where it is closer to the house. And then that means this tree goes behind the house. So now it looks like the tree might be in the backyard. And another way to do that is maybe I should shorten up that tree trunk. So I've shortened up that tree trunk. Now it looks like this tree is farther away from you than the house is. Okay, so the house is closer to you. And then down here, you can add your person. And if you can notice, I drew them bigger than I'd have before. That means my person is closer to me. The front part of the person is farther down than the house, and the house is farther down than the tree. And so now this is giving the appearance that there's more overlapping happening. Another way to do that is to continue to add design elements, such as a sidewalk, and so now it's starting to appear even more overlapping and more 3D because of it. I hope that makes more sense for everybody. All right, guys, so that's the end of that part of the presentation. Now we're gonna go on to the independent practice where you are going to do the overlapping portion of our project for St. Basil's.